Everyone else's console.
They are taking A.
Top bar.
Another one. One shot, top bar.
And hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be looking at a gameplay of my own. I dropped 40 kills on Himmelmat Expo, 4,500 damage, and I'm going to be talking through exactly how I did that. I'm going to be talking through what's going on in my mind as it happens, why I'm making certain decisions, why I'm making certain plays, and how I'm controlling the spawns to benefit the team as much as we can. It's a very close game. It does get to round 5. I'm not going to tell you if we win or lose, but unfortunately a teammate of ours does drop only 16 kills in 5 rounds, so it's an average of just over 3 per round. So it's safe to say we're almost 3v4. It's almost a 3v4, but yeah, make sure you stick to the end of the video to see exactly how it turns out. Before we get into my match analysis of what I normally do, I just want to say that I haven't really done many of these recently, so I do apologize for that for those of you who are here on the channel to see that. I am going to be looking at doing this more consistently going forward, because I know that's what started the channel. That's what a lot of people who are subscribed like to see. And the next video we've got coming out is a help with Harrz, but then going forward I'm going to try and do at least one of these a week, so you guys have got the content you are used to. So enough babbling on, let's get into the content now. So Himmelmat Expo, we're on defense. A lot of the position towards you're going to see a lot of the way I play on defense on Himmelmat is to play A mainly. It's so much easier to defend A, especially as an AR. There are so many headies and spar, so as long as you can obtain that spar control, your chances of winning the round are far more likely. So yeah, I'm sort of trying to play for this position here. Realistically, you'd have maybe a few bodies at spar, one blocking the spawn up where my teammate is in the green mark, and then the rest of the people spawn trapping pretty much. That's the ideal setup. Even if an enemy gets into our spawn from spar, there are so many header glitches which you can see our spawn from. You're going to be able to beam them as long as you are looking there. So right now I've got a teammate blocking, and you need to be top like of the snow area, top of the diner to be blocking, and that's why I know they're spawning back bottom blue. But I noticed the teammates fell to their death, unfortunately, which means I'm now playing to this side of the map. I managed to get 2 pieces there. That little heady on that ramp is a nice little spot. They don't often check that. If they come from above you from the ramp, chances are they're not going to see you. I've just spawned vending, so what that means to me, there's going to be expected an enemy behind me. If I'm spawning vending, it commonly means that there's probably someone flanking your spawn. So they're all spawning this right-hand side of the map, so chances are this is where they're going to be coming from. I whiff my shots. That's a slap on the wrist for me. But yeah, it's a 4v3. They've got to take it. It's a hard one for them to win. Looking at the speed of the clock, I don't think there's more than one person on it. So I'm only really looking for one person on it and then 2 people off of it. Managed to get the last 2 kills, and that's 1-0. I get 13 kills that round, by the way. It's just a strong round, and we're moving on to offense. Offense is a little bit more challenging because it's hard to get the map control for the same reason it's easy to get map control on the other side. So this is a push I like to do. I like to go towards A first because I believe it's the harder hill to get. So if you can get that before B, you should be able to be fine. I didn't manage to get that kill. Teammate of their side naded them. But this is a nice spot. I see a lot of people just jump in the showers, but you don't really have much map control. You don't really have much map presence in the showers themselves. If you've got an AR and you've got map control, this is a nice little spot. They rarely check this. You can get a couple free kills. And instead of staying on, I decided to play my life. If I stayed there, chances are I would be dead. But I decided to chill out, get to spar. I'm near streaks, which on this map can be influential. And I've noticed I've used a trophy. It's always a good idea, if you've got a trophy, to throw it down. You get them so frequently. As you can see, I'm already 2/3 of the way to my next trophy. You may as well use them. So if you are the sort of person to hoard your trophies in the back pocket, make sure you do use them, because it can be game-changing. So I come back to assist my teammate here. I do get the kill, but unfortunately I lose that map control. In hindsight, it probably would have been smarter to just maintain that map control, but we get A anyway, and it moves us onto the B point here. So the biggest tip I can suggest of getting the B point here is to try and get the stairwell control. If you're in the stairwell, you can help top cat, you can help on point. It's really crucial. And your end goal is to push through B, get into where the forklift is, and be really annoying in their spawn. That's the end goal. That's what I like to see my teammates doing when the rest of the team are doing other things. So this is not a great spot where I'm currently. I'm closing doors just to obscure their vision. I've got a teammate on my left. He seems to be checking my right, so I believe he's on the left, but he's not. My teammates milked me a little bit there. I didn't know he was there. I would have liked a bit of information. And from that, we unfortunately did lose the round. So moving into round 3, obviously, we're on defense again, the easier side, so to speak. And this is a nice little route I like to do, as you saw in the first round. Nade the stairs on the top left of A, and then just watch their cat. The worst thing that can happen is they just get to our top, bar. It's called bar. Sound like a sheep at this point. But yeah, it's important to make sure they can't cross into our top side. I did just see an enemy team go into here. I can hear him. So yeah, that's how I knew that was the kill. He was essential to kill, because otherwise he could be really irritating and spawn his teammates closer to the A. My teammate's blocking, and it allows me to open these doors. This is how you want these doors to be open, to see their whole cross into B. So this is a really nice spot. As long as your teammates are there to catch up any stragglers. So I've got a teammate on my left, blocking the spawn at A. He's also watching out at my flank, so I can solely watch my front. And it's really, this setup is really relying on my teammates not dying, so they can sit on unlimited headies on B, looking where I'm not. They know they're not going to be bottom cat. But yeah, that's a nice spot to sit if you fancy it. But yeah. Now, I'm decided to go up here instead of challenging B, because my teammates decided to leave the block, which means then I fill it in like a conveyor belt. He's pushed the spawn. I'm going to let him do that, and then I filled in the gap. He's then fallen to his death. I've then refilled the gap. It should be like a conveyor belt system. You don't really want to leave anyone not blocking, because getting A holding A is crucial. So you'll see there, I saw a guy, I played my life, I decided not to challenge him. I thought maintain map control, get back into the spawn trap spot. And unfortunately, I'm so concerned what my teammate's doing. I was checking the minimap way too much, or the scoreboard, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, got me killed. Not great, not great. So they're currently on A, as I say, using the trophies as and when I can, getting my teammates trades. And this map control here is so essential. As I say, there are so many headies you can expect people to be at. And yeah, I'm trying to maintain. This is a nice contest spot. I should have checked that, but that is a nice contest spot. If you're ever wondering where you can sit to stop them capping the hill, that's nice. You can, if you've got a teammate watching their push out showers from the left, which is where I did have, all I really need to watch is top bar and maybe bottom bar, that sort of side. So it moves us on to our second round of offense, so hopefully we can do something here, otherwise we lose the game. As you're going to tell from the time in the video, we do succeed. But I ended up getting shit on by, was that Gucci? Gucci, credits to him, good shots. But yeah. This guy gets pooped on, however. Jeff Bezos. So I managed to maintain B control here, checking the stair, because, as I say, it's such an essential spot for people to sit. You need to make sure you check that before doing anything else. And yeah, I'm trying to maintain this sort of control of this side of the map. Realistically, they're not going to expect anyone here, so it's nice little, you can catch a couple of people off guard. A few missed shots on Gucci again. I mean, he's got the absolute god gun of the cast off 545, which obviously I've done a video on last time. If you haven't, it's a great class setup. Make sure you check it out. It was the one I uploaded just before this one. And again, I'm spawning at B. I'm able to get out, so I do want to sort of split their pressure. Now, I see a lot of people make the mistake of, if you've already got teammates on A, support them. And while I semi-agree with that, if you're much closer, if you spawn much closer to the other thing, it's actually even easier to catch A if you put a pressure on at B, because it means they have to split their attention. And if you can get the easier flag, and if you can draw them away and stop the time, make it a difficult challenge, make them have to make the decision. At the end of the day, you're trying to make the enemy team stress as much as possible. So if you're on both flags, they've got to make a huge decision. Which one do we commit to? And which is why we managed to get the time there. So unfortunately, I fall to a teammate, so I'm not counting that as a death. But I was in a good position to pick up a kill there, and we had good map control. But I don't think it matters. We end up getting the point anyway, bringing it to 2-2. So round 5, I'm doing a very similar strat, but I'm sort of expecting this guy this time. So I know that this is where he plays. So as you can see, I'm expecting it. I get the stun, so I know he's there. I'm playing a little bit passively compared to what I did last time, playing the heady, and I get the kill. So learning from my previous mistakes, I managed to, at least get a kill, but I do get traded by his teammates. So fair play to Jeff. He got me that time. So again, I've spawned in blue room. I don't think they've had time to get to the spawn trap bit, so I am playing this B point here. While the teammates have already got 2 ticks at A, if we can get a little bit of progress towards B, we're laughing. We're absolutely laughing here. So I did try and stay on the forklift, but I thought, it's probably better to apply pressure to the point itself. So this is what you see me doing. I'm getting get the trophy down, applying pressure, getting off the point, getting on the point. If I get good timing channeling out forklift like I did there, I'm getting the kill 99% of the time, because they're just going to be sprinting to the point. So that's why I sort of change it up a little bit. So we're still on A. I'm pretty sure our teammates guaranteed A at this point, because the enemy team would have probably given it up. I mean, I say that, they didn't. They still challenged it, but we managed to get it anyway. So their mistake there is they pushed A when they needed to commit to B. So I've pushed past forklift here. I'm in a really nice position. I'm in their spawn. This is what I like to call ring or lobby. And I'm just trying to get a little bit of you know, get as many kills as I can, be as annoying as I can, and yeah, just make sure that I'm their distraction at the end of the day. As I always say, control, you want to be positioned, as long as you've got teammates spread across the map elsewhere, you really want to be positioned between their spawn and where they need to be. So I'm playing that top lobby area. They have to get through me first. Realistically, if I win the gunfights, great. They're not getting anywhere near the hill. If I lose the gunfights, my teammates have got enough notice to, know where they're coming from. And I'm probably going to meet them again after I spawn back in at the control point anyway. So yeah, you always want to take the fights to them. You don't ever want to take the gunfights on the hill if you can help it. Right here's a nice little spot. It is stair glitching, so it's a little bit cruddy in some opinions. Hey, it's ranked play in September. What can you do? I mean, this gameplay was from a couple of weeks ago now, maybe over a month ago. So yeah. So I managed to clear our top cat. I'm playing my lives. I'm the only one alive. I don't really want to give them any free kills because I've got no one to trade me. So I'm playing for info here. We've got lives. We've got the life advantage. So yeah, I'm playing a little bit slower just to wait for my teammates to help me out a little bit. Unfortunately, I do fall to the guy who's sat in the middle of the seats. Good spot from him. And it brings us to a 6 versus 3. So I know all 3 of their teammates have spawned in. It's my decision now to use a Hellstorm missile or a Predator, whatever you want to call it. I know you can't kill anyone in here, but it gives us a lot of info. From here, I can see there's 2 backstage and 1 vending. I then give that information to the team. They know exactly where they are, exactly where they need to look. And it gives me a peace of mind that I don't need to be watching my back at this point. I only really have to focus on their side of the map. So it's 5v2, 4v2. He managed to kill me, unfortunately. I think he had a Vaznev or something. Oh, he didn't. He had attack. He just beat me in the head. But we ended up winning the round anyway. There's the 40 kills. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. As I said, I haven't done one of these in a while. I do enjoy doing these. I hope you enjoy the insight into what's going through my mind as I'm reviewing this back. Yeah, next video, Help with Harrz episode 5. Stick around to the channel if you enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao. Holy fuck!
I've been fucking milk I've never seen.
That's unreal.
Oh my god.
Let's get 100 for that. 42, fuck off.